Hello everyone, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in to Teacher Mommy Teacher Homeschool Edition. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Today we're going to be working on input and output. Now, before you start with input and output, just review basic addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, depending on what skills your input and output chart are focusing on. This input and output chart today is going to be focusing on addition and subtraction. So, I should have already reviewed addition facts and subtraction facts with Jessica. So, we're going to jump right into it. It says, identify which operations can complete the chart. And when we do that, our operations are going to either be addition and subtraction. So, Jessica, do you know how to add and subtract? Do you know how to add and subtract? Yes, okay. So, we're going to review the input and output chart to identify which operation that we are going to be using. Now, let's look at the chart, Jess. We have, this side says input. We have some numbers on this side. What numbers do we have?
2, 5, 8, 6.
2, 5, 8, and 6. Now, on this side, we have
11, 14.
11 and 14. I'm going to actually go through the steps on how to solve an input and output chart. Now, on this side we have numbers 2, 5, 8, and 6. On this side we have 11 and 14. Now, the question that I'm going to ask Jessica in order for us to find the rule. If you look at this number, what is this number?
2.
And what is this number?
11.
Now, are the numbers getting smaller or larger when you look at the numbers going across from each other?
You're getting smaller.
If we're starting with 2 and we end with 11, did the numbers get bigger or did they get smaller?
Smaller.
Okay, you have 2, right?
Yeah.
This is 2, right?
Yeah.
Then we have 11.
Yeah.
This is 11, 10 plus 1. Which one is bigger, 2 or 11? Okay, so since 11 is bigger, that means the numbers are going and they're getting larger. So we're starting with the smaller number and we're getting larger. We're going larger with 11. So now, we need to know what operation what we use that's going to make a number bigger. So, are we going to add to make numbers bigger or are we going to subtract to make numbers bigger?
Add them.
Okay, we're going to add. She said add. So now we're going to look to see what number can we add that's going to equal 11. So if we're going to add, we're going to put plus here because our rule is we're going to add. So now we need to know what are we adding. So 2 plus what equals 11?
2 plus 1.
Okay, now.
No. If you have 2 and then you have 7, that would make 10. No,
Wait a minute, wait a minute, stop. You said if you have, put your glasses on. You said if you have 2 and then you have 7, 2 plus 7 is what?
10,
7, 8,
9.
9, but we want 11. So we need to know what we can add to 2 that's going to give us 11. Okay, so we're going to count up. We have 2, so we're going to count up to 11. So let's go. We're going to start 2, 3,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
So 11. How many fingers? Say it louder.
9.
9. So we have 9 fingers. So 2 plus 9 equals 11. 2 plus 9 equals 11. So now we know right here we're going to have plus 9. So 2 plus 9 equals 11. But now, the one thing about the input and the output charts, whatever number you find that works for your rule, it works for every single one in the box. Okay, so now, the rule must work for every single problem. So we said it's going to be 2 plus 9 equals 11. So the rule is plus 9. So now we have to see if that plus 9 works for right here, and right here. So 5 plus 9 equals 14. Let's check and see. We have 9. Add 5 more to 9, Jessica. So start with 9 and count up. 10,
10, 9,
10,
11, 12, 13, 14.
so 9 plus 5 is
14.
14. So now we need to find out what is 8 plus 9.
8 plus 9.
So we're going to start with 9 and we're going to count up to 8. So show me those 8 fingers.
Boop, boop.
Okay, so now say 9. 9. Hold the fingers up so we can count. 9,
9,
10,
10,
11.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
So 8 plus 9 is
17.
17, right? 17. What 2 digits make the number 17? Tell me first before you write them.
1, 7.
All right, so write it. 1, 7.
Yeah.
1, 7. All right, write the 7.
That one is 6.
It's fine, write it. Write the 7. Okay, so now,
These ones are so thick.
that's all right. Now, next one. See if the same rule applies. We have our rule is plus 9, so now we got to do 6 plus 9. So we're going to count up. We're going to start with 9 and we're going to add on 6. So, Jessica, start with 9, add on 6. What is our answer going to be?
10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Did you do the 6? Show me 6 fingers. Okay, so we're starting with 9 and we're going to add on 6.
10, 11, 12, 14, 15.
15.
It's right over the
So write 15.
25.
All right, write it up there. Okay, write your 5.
Okay, it didn't go that way or that way. This way.
There's 5 right there.
Why are you lying so thin?
Okay, tie back on the marker.
What's it?
Okay, I'll just hold it. All right, so now, what was our rule? Do you remember what the rule was? What number were we adding to each one of these?
9.
9. So you have to put right here,
9.
put plus 9. So what I have right here, write it right here for the rule. Plus 9.
I'll use purple.
I hope you all understand what we are doing for the input and output. First thing you need to find out is what operation you are going to use to solve the problem. This chart, input and output, can be used for addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So, you will have your students or your child look at the numbers. You will see if the numbers are getting smaller or larger. So we have 2 and 11. So we know that 2 is smaller than 11, so it's getting larger, I'm sorry. So then we had to figure out what operation can we use that's going to make 2 larger and get to 11. So in this case, it's addition because she's not working on multiplication yet. So we're going to figure out if it's addition, what number can we add to 2 that's going to get to 11? And we figured out that was 9. So now, the thing is, once you find out what the rule is, the rule must apply to all numbers on that chart. So if it's plus 9 must work for each of the numbers on the chart. So we had, 2 plus 9, 11. 5 plus 9, 14. 8 plus 9, 17. 6 plus 9, 15. And the rule is plus 9. Now, we're going to do another example. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Next example. We have what number?
1 and 5.
1 and 5. So, is 1 smaller or larger than 5?
Smaller.
It's smaller than 5. So once again, so we need to find out 1 plus what equals 5.
1 plus. Okay. 1 plus 4 equals 5.
Okay, so 1 plus 4. So now she's telling us that she thinks the rule is plus 4. But remember, plus 4 must work for every single number that is here. So we're going to see if she is correct. So I'm going to put plus 4 here. Okay. Now, do you think your rule that you said is correct? You don't know? All right, let's see. 1 plus 4 is
5.
5. Look at this one. Is 8 plus 4 12? Let's find out. You have 8. Count up. Add 4 more.
9, 10, 11, 12.
So is it? Okay, so 8 plus 4 is 12. So far her rule is working. So now we need to know what is going to be the answer for these two. So Jessica, 5 plus 4 is what?
5 plus 4 is 9.
Okay, write your 9.
5 plus 4.
Now you see that once you figure out the rule and how to do an input chart, it's kind of easy and it flows, because this is her first time actually attempting to do an input chart. We worked through the first one together and now she's almost able to do the second one by herself. Okay, so now next one. 10 plus 4 is what?
10 plus 4 is 14.
Okay, so write 14 up there. Go ahead.
It was hard to open the top. I'm reading 11.
Okay, now before you put the top on, what is the rule?
No.
What number did we have to add to each one of these to get our answer?
4.
So put plus 4. You have to remember, when they tell you the rule, make sure they tell you the operation as well. They have to give you the operation, because they say 4, it could be minus 4 times 4 divided by 4. Make sure they give you the operation. So the rule is plus 4. All right, now we're going to move on down to the bottom ones. We're going to move to
And
the
the
bottom
bottom one
ones.
higher.
Now, just a little bit to make sure you all can see. Now, we have our inputs. Let's look at these numbers. Tell our viewers, what are the numbers?
12,
Sit still.
15, 14, 18.
We have 12, 15, 13, and 18. And the output column we have
2, 5.
2 and 5. Now, viewers at home, do you see a difference in the numbers of how they're placed between the input and output
Yes.
from here and here?
I see it.
You see it? So what is the difference?
It's because the big numbers are on this side and then the tiny numbers are on this side.
Exactly. She saw the difference. I hope you saw it at home. She said the larger numbers this time is on the input side and the smaller numbers are on the output side. So that means our operation has changed. We are no longer adding numbers. We're no longer adding. So what are we doing now?
We are dividing.
We could be dividing, but for your case, we're not dividing. And this one,
We're taking away.
we're taking away. Yes, we are subtracting.
I thought we're dividing.
No, we're subtracting because the number has to get smaller now. So now we have 12. Now we need to know 12 take away what is going to give us 2.
12 take away.
So what can we take away from 12 that's going to give us 2? What are you doing?
Thinking.
That's how you think? Is it working?
No.
I didn't think it was working. Okay, so let's see. We're going to help you out. We need 12 take away 2. Now, we can either Okay. So if you take 2 away, how many you have left? Okay, now, she was very resourceful.
10.
Yes, 10. Very resourceful. If you couldn't tell, she went to her fingers and realized she needed more, so she used her toes. Okay, so I am not that type of parent or teacher that say you have to use a particular strategy to get an answer. As long as you can get the answer and that answer is going to be correct for all of your problems, I am going to let you go with that. Because we all think differently. We should not try to program children or people to try to think like everybody else, because that's not how we think. We all think differently. So that's how she chose to solve her problem. I'm going to let her use that way. So 12 take away 10 equals 2. So we're going to put, I want a different color, minus 10. Now we're going to see if that's the rule for all of them. So what's the next one?
15.
So 15. Do you think 15 take away 10 is going to give us 5?
Yes.
You do?
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Take away 5.
Okay,
and
go
then
ahead.
that's 10.
Okay, so 15 take away 10 equals 5. Yes. So she did it again using her toes. Excellent. So now let's do the next one.
Yeah.
13 take away 10. We need to know what the answer is going to be. So
Okay,
you-
go with.
So you go ahead and solve it. 13 take away 10.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, 13. It's 5.
Uh-oh. We hit a bump in the road. Let's try it again. You have 13. Where's your 13? Show me your 13. Okay, so now take 10 away.
1, 2.
No, because you said I'm going to use her toes and she want to use her toes. This is your 13 right here. Hold your hands up. So that's your 10, 11, 12, 13, right? Now you got to take 10 away. Take your 10 away. So how many do you have left? 3. So put 3 there. Go ahead, I'm just holding the paper. Because I don't think there's anything behind it. Go ahead. Go ahead. 3. Look, right there, 3. All right, next.
Don't take my favorite.
All right, next one. We have, you're going to write them yourself. 18 take away 10. How are we going to get that problem? 18 take away 10. How are we going to solve that answer? You have to have 18. You want to use my hands? All right, so
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
use your hands.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Okay, so put those 2 down. All right, so now we have our 18. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Take 10 away. So how many you have left?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8. So write your 8 up there.
It's
Write your 8.
bad. It's really big.
Write your 8. Go ahead, I got my hand in. Go ahead.
Don't look my 8.
Okay, now, rule. What was the rule? How did we solve the problem? What did we use?
We used 8. I mean 10.
We did, but what was the operation? Did we add or subtract?
We add and subtract.
For this one, what did we do? Subtract. So you gotta put take away 10, minus 10, right? Minus 10 right there. Excuse me.
Okay. Papa.
All right, right, minus 10. Stop acting silly. Pick one.
Minus.
All right.
We
Now,
have one more and then we're done.
now we're going to do the last one. We're going to do the last one. Now, we have our input side. We have our output side.
And it's still
Say,
the same.
it's still the same. What do you mean by it's still the same? Okay, so are the larger numbers in the input side or the output side? Talk, Jessica.
Output.
This is input. So they're on the input. All the larger numbers are on the input side. So we have 7, 11, 4, and 6 here. And then we have on our output side 4 and 8. So we're doing subtraction again because the larger numbers are on this side. So now we need to find out what is the rule going to be. So we have 7 take away what is going to give us 4.
Go.
So we have 7 take away what? Sit down.
Take away. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 3.
Okay, so she said it is 3. We're going to check with the next one to see if it's 3. So now, Jessica, that means 11 take away 3. Does that equal 8?
11 take away 3. 11 take away 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11.
Okay, so take 3 away.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So does it work? It did work. You took 3 away, 11 take away 3, and you got 8. So yes, 11 take away 3 is 8. And you can also, if you would like, you could put the rule down inside each box. So minus 3, minus 3, minus 3. That way it'll just help you remember what is the rule.
It's it.
So,
Looking at that same box.
Now, somebody is probably also saying, why don't you teach her how to do the inverse operations to see if the answer is correct? We can do that as well. Meaning, here, you have the rule is minus 3. So now instead of subtracting, we add it to see if it's going to equal 7. So does 4 plus 3 equal 7?
4 plus 3.
It does?
Yes.
Okay, so does 8 plus 3 equal 11? 8, 9, 10, 11. It does. So that is also a way you can have your children or your students check to see if they're doing their answers correctly. Now, let's finish these last two. We have 4 take away 3. What's 4 take away 3?
4 take away 3 is...
All right, write it up. Okay, last one, 6 take away 3.
6 take away 3 is 3.
Write it. Okay, and what is the rule? All right, minus 3. Okay, now, I hope you all at home have a clear understanding of how input and output charts work. Remember, the first thing you do is identify which operation can complete the chart. So, Jessica, today, what operations are we working with? No, what operations? We were doing what? The plus means adding, and then the minus means
taking away.
Or subtraction. So our operations were adding and subtraction. So those were the rules. But this one was adding, this one was adding, subtraction, and subtraction. And then we identified the numbers that went with the operation in order to find the actual rule. We used that rule to solve each problem. So hopefully you all had an understanding of this and this was helpful to you. Remember, Jessica is only, I'm sorry, how old are you, Jessica? Yeah, she just had no, she didn't just have a birthday. I'm getting them confused. She's 5 years old. So this skill is normally for first graders or second grade. But I decided to teach it to Jessica. So, hopefully you all enjoyed this lesson. Until next time, see you later and
like and subscribe and share.
Like,
Always share.
like, subscribe, share, always share.